just rotated on Facebook. Let me know if that's not correct. I don't even care. Should be working okay. I don't know. Okay, hello. Welcome to the Q&A. It's pretty weird right now, isn't it? So the reason why we're doing this live Q&A is because there's been a lot of people who are asking questions about what's going on in the real estate market right now. And so I just want to be able to give you guys kind of my expert perspective on what's going on and let you know what I think is going to be happening short term and long term, and answer any questions that some of you have. So lots of you who are on here know who I am, but for those of you who don't really know me, I'm Scott Neal. I'm from Garland, Texas. I've been selling real estate now for about 12 years. And how I got into real estate was a friend of mine at a job that I had kind of suggested to me that I should be in real estate, and I thought that was a cool idea because I was already interested in it. And so when I got licensed, it was October 2007. And if you've been through a real estate cycle back then you remember what happened. In July of 2007, Lehman Brothers went bankrupt, and that was the first domino in the chain of events that happened 2007, 8, 9, 10, and the worst part of the market was 2011. So I was 26 years old and just got into the market 3 months after it literally started to tumble down. And I built my business during those really tough years. And back then, 50% of the homes that went on the market for the very first time did not sell. Prices were coming down. If you were a seller and you wanted to get your home sold, you probably had to already take a discount. And on top of that, buyers were getting all of their closing costs paid for. It was a great time to be a buyer. And then, right around 2012, the market took a rebound. And over the last 8 years, we've been in a huge real estate boom. And I want to just share a little graph with you. Let me see how I do this. I'll share my screen. And I'm going to share this screen, I guess. For you guys that are on Facebook, you can't see this, but I'm going to post this later if you want to take a look. This is the median sales price graph for DFW. Hopefully everybody can see this. I guess you can. I don't really know. I don't know how this looks. Let me know. Can you see what I'm doing? Anybody? Am I sharing? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so the median sales price graph is right around here, 2007, 2009. You can see the median price didn't really change during that time, but then we just went through this huge real estate boom. And that's what's been happening over the last 8 years. So let's just talk about what's kind of going on right now in the market. This is what mortgage rates have done over the last year. Mortgage rates have been really low. The median price has been rising. Months worth of supply has been rising as well. But now here we are in the midst of this crazy time. And the biggest thing is that there's a lot of uncertainty in what's happening in the marketplace right now. And so we're getting a lot of calls with people that are scared and they're wondering if they should act swiftly to do different things. And there's a lot of people that have said, we're just going to stand by and wait and see what's going to happen in the market. So let me just give you a couple of ideas of questions that I've had so far. Number one is, are we in a recession? And people are really afraid of what's going to happen with the overall market. Let me go ahead and share my screen again here and show you what's going on with the Dow. So this is the Dow Jones market over the last 3 months. And about 30 days ago, it was getting close to 30,000, and it's tanked about 35% or so down to under 20,000 right now. And, who knows what that's going to mean. You can look back to 2008. Let's see, here we are. 2008 is, what was it showing me? Where are we, buddy? There we go, 2008. So the market took a pretty big dip back then and came roaring back. So, I have no idea whether we're in a recession or not. And I wanted to share with you another article that we put out recently. And this was, even if we are in a recession, is this really going to affect real estate very much? Well, if we look at the last 5 big recessions that we had in our market, home prices actually increased during 3 of those. So 3 out of the last 5 recessions that the U.S. has gone through, home prices actually increased. And home prices operate like any other market, really. It's all based on supply and demand. Right now, even with what's happening over the last week, we are still in a seller's market. There is more demand in the market than there really are sellers. Now, we'll see what happens over the next several months, and the economy, the overall economy could affect the real estate market for sure. I mean, if people start losing jobs, or financing gets tightened up, then that certainly will affect the market. But I wanted to just let you know that it's not going to be affected like the stock market is. And so this brings me to another question that somebody has, and that is, will prices dramatically shift in real estate? So let me share my screen with you again here. And what I want to show you is the median sale price again. First of all, median sale price is really more affected by months of supply, which is this graph right here. So right around 2008 is when the mortgage crisis started to happen during the last recession. And it took us from 2008 to September, October of 2011 to have the highest month's worth of inventory during that housing crisis. And so the whole point that I'm making here right now is that real estate just doesn't move as fast as like the stock market does. The stock market lost 30 to 35% over the last 30 to 45 days. And the fastest that we saw home prices declining during the housing crisis of 2008, 9, and 10 was 1% per week. And that was on median price. And so, you're just not going to see real estate values plummet by 30% in 30 days. So it's just not going to happen. So let me just give you a little bit of advice. If you are in the market right now, or you had plans to be in the market over the next 3 to 6 months before all of this happened, it doesn't really matter. If your plan was to buy or sell a home this spring or summer, let me give you some advice. And this is not specific advice to anybody. Of course, it's all going to depend on your specific case. But if you wanted to buy or sell, you still can. And if you're a seller, because some of you that are with me right now are current clients, and you currently have your home on the market, or it's under contract and we're trying to close, first of all, don't panic. And really, this goes for everybody that's in the market or not. Just don't panic. But specifically sellers, you don't need to panic. You don't need to worry that your home is not going to sell. What you should do, though, is just budget some extra time. We've got a deal right now that is supposed to close on Monday, and they've asked for a 2-week extension. And so that's just kind of what's happening right now. So be prepared for your home to just take a little bit longer to sell. Of course, if you are in a hurry and you have to do something in the next 30 to 60 days guaranteed, then we have some options for you. And we have an immediate buyout program where we can offer to make an offer on your home and close as quickly as we possibly can. And we'll even give you up to 3 months free rent to stay in the home afterwards. In fact, just last night, I contracted on a home to purchase here in the next 30 days or less. And these people just simply did not want to go through the traditional listing process. So we're buying a house. Other people are buying a house. We've got closings. We've got people that are on the market right now. So again, just be patient and just expect that this entire process over the next 3 to 6 months could double. So typically, on average, our clients go through about a 45-day process from the time that they put their home up on the market to the time that it closes. So if you thought maybe it was going to be 45 to 60 days, go ahead and budget maybe 90 to 120 days on average. And if it happens faster than that, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Otherwise, you'll get frustrated if you think that this is all going to happen. Likewise, you might be getting frustrated right now because you're not sure that it's going to happen. I've had one person ask me, will I even be able to sell my home this year? And I think certainly that we'll be able to do that. I mean, all the experts are, at least from what I've been watching, and who knows who to trust anymore, but some stuff that I've been seeing on the news about the virus and all that it's not going to be hanging around for that long. I don't know, we'll see. I think lots of people are pretty optimistic that here over the next 30 to 45 days we'll be out of this thing and it'll be kind of life as normal. We just don't know what the lingering effects are going to be of all that on the markets. But I'm pretty optimistic that we're going to be able to pull out of this personally. But if we're not, I'm prepared for that as well. Some people have been asking about open houses. Should I hold my home open during this time? I wouldn't. Not if I was living there. If your home's vacant, absolutely, I'd be doing open houses. But it's time to let the cat out of the bag for anybody who is thinking that an open house is what's going to sell your home anyway. I've got news for everybody. Um, Talking about open houses in general as a great marketing tool for your home is just not really true. It's well known in the industry that open houses are primarily a way for realtors to get business. It's not really the best way for you to get your home sold. Um, so I know that if you candidly ask any real estate agent over a drink or two about their open houses, they'll be willing to tell you that when they hold an open house, a few people come by, and it's usually a neighbor or some other people that walk in and say, well, we're not really ready to buy, or the house isn't really for us. So the chances that you're actually going to get your home sold during an open house are low anyways, and it just kind of creates frustration for everybody involved. The caveat to this is that if you hold an open house in conjunction with other really important marketing tools, and if you think that this is going to be a way to get an auction type scenario on your home. The only time that I would really recommend an open house for someone is if we thought we were going to be able to only do it once. And by the end of that, we were going to have multiple offers to choose from. So we would basically use the open house as a way to create kind of an auction for you. And that's worked several times. Quick story, just back in December, we sold a home where we had so much interest on it. We held one 2-hour open house on a Saturday. That was the only time we let people in to take a look at the home, and the house was occupied. And by the end of that weekend, after a one-time 2-hour showing, we had uh, 45 offers on the property, and we sold that property for 30% more money than we had it listed for. And so a good strategy for some to take is underprice your property, create an auction type atmosphere, show it one time, and get the highest and best offer that you could possibly get through an auction type scenario. So if you are wanting to sell, there's a lot of different ways to make this happen for you, but no, open houses shouldn't really do that. Moving forward, people are asking, okay, so if we're going to list our home in the traditional method, how are we going to facilitate showings? There's a couple of different things that we're doing right now to help facilitate showings. For any of our current clients that have their home on the market, or for those of you who will be putting your home on the market over the next 60 days, we are offering a free virtual reality tour of your home as part of our upgraded marketing package for you, so that we can help potential buyers get a better look of your home so that they can decide whether they want to see it or not. Because one way that we know that we need to help stop the spreading of the disease is by limiting the amount of contact that people are having with one another. So if we can go ahead and rule out the buyers who weren't exactly sure and needed to get inside of your house to find out whether they really wanted to take a look at it, virtual reality tours are going to be a really important tool. This might be a game changer. It might be just a standard deal that us as realtors start doing these really high definition virtual tours. We'll see, but at least for the next 60 days, if you're listing your home with us, you're getting a free virtual tour, 3D walkthrough of your home. For no extra fee at all. And then, of course, when people do want to come take a look at your home, then we're going to have to take some extra precautions about those people coming around. So if you're the seller, you're going to want to probably keep things like extra soap around, hand sanitizer. You might want to get a pair of gloves, some booties, and maybe even some surgical masks, although I know that we're not supposed to be um, buying those if you don't really need them because of the shortage. But at least hand sanitizer, maybe some surgical gloves, and a wastebasket near the door that we can take care of all of those things for. That'll help with the showings. And so if you're a seller, again, just it's not a time to panic. And if you still wanted to do this, we can make this happen for you. We just need to talk with you directly about your specific case and just tailor make a plan that's going to work best for you. You know, again, if you don't have the time, you can still get your home sold in the next 30 days if needed. Like I said, I just went under contract last night with a client who wants to sell their home in 30 days or less. They want to have the money in their hand. And so the deal we made with them was that we're going to buy their home in the next 30 days or less, and we're giving them 90 days free rent to stay in their home while they figure out where they're going. They know where they're going, but they need to, get it all put together. And they would just they like the certainty of selling their home now. Let's get to some buyers' questions. So people who wanted to buy have been asking, just kind of the reverse questions about what we just talked about sellers. Should we be out there? Should we be looking around? Well, there's going to be more virtual tours, so that'll help. One thing that can also help is that one service that we are offering to our clients is to take a look at the homes for you. For those who don't have virtual tours or walkthrough videos or something like that, we can go on those tours for you and basically do a video tour for you personally, just that we can send to you as our client. So that will help really lower the amount of times that we got to get out there. But buyers, even before this stuff that happened over the last week, it's been a real interesting time to be a buyer, even without all of this turmoil that's been going on. So there's been really low interest rates, and inventory has been going up, and the days on market have been going up as well. So let me share just a few more graphs with you just to make this point, because I know some of you guys are real analytical and you'd like to see. This is days on market. So this is from the time that a home goes up for sale until it goes under contract. This is the days on market graph for the last 20 years or so. And days on market over the last 3 years has been going up. So it went up by 20%, and already before what's been happening over the last couple of weeks, already sellers were starting to notice a shift in the market. And we've been noticing buyers getting a little bit better pricing off of the asking price, a little bit more closing costs being paid for. Sellers being a little bit too proud of the market and what they have, and so they're overpricing it a little bit. And people that are sitting on the market for 2 months, now again, this is all before what's been going on over the last couple of weeks, but sellers were already starting to feel a little nervous that the market was shifting a little bit. And so we've started to notice buyers getting a little bit better deals. And I think that that is going to increase over the next 3 to 6 months for sure. Like I said, I'm already fielding calls from nervous sellers. And that's why my advice to you, if you're a seller right now, don't get nervous. Don't start panicking, because the buyers on the other side who have good representation and that are calm and understand that this is a good opportunity can beat you up a little bit if you start panicking. So sellers, be calm and, be ready to negotiate, but you don't have to give it away. So buyers, oh, the cookies are ready, I think. I'm at home, I'm I'm working at home. PFO, the oven's going off. So I got to yell at the boy to get him to come in here and get the cookies. Hey, if we had smell-o-vision, you know, you guys would love these. Yeah. So what was I saying? We were talking about how now might be a good time to be a buyer because there's going to be a lot of nervous sellers out there. There already are. So, hey, look, guys, this is not a sales presentation, okay? I'm not here to try to talk anybody into doing anything right now. If you're scared and you want to sit on the sidelines, man, do it. Do it for your own sanity. I'm not here to try to, you know, line my pockets. We're here to simply offer a voice, a calm voice of reason to the market right now. And if you want to just sit on the sidelines for the next, you know, month or two or three, it's no big deal to us. Because if it's not something that you're 100% committed to doing, it really is just better for you to wait. That way, buying a home and selling a home is a huge hassle already anyway. Even in a good market, it's a hassle. So if you're not 100% committed to doing it, it's okay. You know, you should just kind of stay pat and see what's going to happen over the next several weeks. So I've got lots of people right now that we've been talking to that they want to do something right now, but they're not sure what's going to happen. So they're just waiting. And our plan is to just kind of take it week by week and see if things get better, if they stay the same, or if they get worse. And then we're just going to, you know, decide what to do from there. So let me see what the chat says. See if we've got any other questions from anybody. Okay, let's see. Is this like 2008? You know, I haven't directly answered this question yet, but let me share with you one last thing, and then this will probably be it, and we'll shut it down. One last article that we just shared. 5 simple graphs proving that this is not like 2008. Go ahead and take a look at this. This is on our website. It's on our blog. Take a look at this. It's just a couple of examples of how things were a lot different back in 2008 versus right now. And so if you're curious to know what are some of the technical differences between what's happening right now versus 2008, that's a pretty good article to see. All right. Everybody, you can get in touch with us at any time. Please give us an email, send us an email, give us a call, text with us. We're here to answer your questions about how the real estate market pertains to you directly. And, you know, we also care about you. So we hope that everybody's staying sane and staying safe. And we hope, just like everybody else, that this thing blows over soon. So thank you for tuning in. And we look forward to helping you very, very soon. Thanks.